Round and around we go.
It's art time with Mr. Mayberry. Let's get busy.
Welcome to Art Time with Mr. Mayberry. Today we're going to finish the circle weaving that we started last week. I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can complete the project. So let's get started. It's time to make some art. Okay, the first thing you can do if you would like is to just leave the weaving on the plate. You go out as wide as you want it to be, and then you just leave this on the plate. You take the yarn when you get run out of the end of the yarn, or if you cut it off, then you'll tie it to one of the warp threads and just double knot, and then you leave it like that. And you could actually put a piece of yarn on the back and hang it up, use it as a hanger if you'd like to hang it somewhere. So that's one way you can finish it off. Now, a second way to do this is to actually take it off of the loom. And so let me show you how you can do that. I'm just going to first of all start with one of these places where it doesn't matter where, but I'm going to start with one of these loops where it's going through 2 different slits, and I pull that off the plate, and then I'm going to cut that, put a little tension on there maybe, and cut that right down the center so I have 2 pieces. Then I'm going to do the square knot that we mentioned last time. I'm going to take one piece and wrap it like I'm going left over right and around, and now it's on the right side. I take it back over to the left, over the left one, and wrap it around and pull it through. That can be tricky if you have big fingers and little yarn. So anyway, you'll take that, and it makes kind of a square shape, and that's where they get the name the square knot. Now, though, before you do that, you want to kind of pull it snug, not too tight against the rest of the weaving. If you pull it too tight, it'll all gather up and it won't look as nice. So you want to pull it kind of snug before you do the square knot. Or you can just double knot it either way, but the square knot will stay better. And then wrap it over and around and through and pull snug so that you know you have a knot there. Okay, and so that's what you'll do, and you do that to each one of these all the way around. And I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and show you what that looks like. I'll go one more, I'll show you one more, and then I'll come back at the end and show you how to finish off the last one. So I cut it in half, I wrap one over the other and around, I pull it snug but not too tight, and then I take the same straight yarn and go around the same piece and then make the square knot and then pull it tighter. So I'm going to do the rest of those, and then I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, you'll have 2 places where you just have one strand on the back, and what you'll have to do, like I had that over here, so what you have to do is you'll have to cut one apart, and then half of it will go to that one strand and the other half will go to the other side. But you tie it snug, and then you do your square knot. And then here's the last one I have to do, and this is the final piece right here. So now it's off the plate. I take these 2 pieces and wrap it around snug one more time, and there we go. So now here's what it looks like off of the plate. It will naturally curve just a little bit, almost like a little nest. That's why you don't want to pull too tight on it when you are tying these strings. Now you can leave the fringe on there if you like how that looks, or you can cut it off. And if you cut it off, just make sure you don't cut too close to the knots, because like we did earlier with some of our cuts, you don't want it to come undone. You don't want it so close that it'll just fall apart on you. Okay, so you'll do that for all of those. Now another idea is to leave one set of those, especially if you have one that's a little bit longer. Let's see, I think that one's got a longer string and this one has a longer string, so one of those 2, probably
I'll say that this one's probably the longest. So in just a second I'll show you what you can do with that. I'm going to cut off the rest of these pieces here. Alright, and one more here, one more set. So what you could do, you could cut them all off, and then you'd have like a little, almost like a coaster or a little rug for a dollhouse, or something along those lines. You could also take, if you have leave those two strings and you tie them, you can use this a couple different ways. You could use it as a wall hanging, or you could, I'm just tying another knot out here closer to the end, or square knot, or you could maybe even use this as a decoration for like a Christmas tree or something along those lines. Okay, and I'm going to trim that off. So now I have a wall hanging of the weaving. And so this is how our circle weaving looks when we are all finished.
Well, that's all for today. If you'd like to show me the weaving that you've made, just take a picture of it and paste it in the comments below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
See you later. Hi, bye.